What's happening, good people? Welcome back to Techno Churchy. This is where we speak about tech and the church. My name is Hansel, and this is a video where I'll share a few tips here and there of what I've been learning the past few months regarding Livestream. So, how about we dive into it? You ready? Awesome! My first tip in regards to audio. As a rule of thumb, always know that audio is king. There's a general acceptable practice among media practitioners and audio and tech practitioners that audio should make about 70 to 80% of your content. So it means that you need to spend extra time developing your audio, even if it means getting proper gear, doing proper setup, doing your tests for audio before. It is key for your live stream. Very few times you will hear people say that, hey, I didn't like your camera pans, I didn't like your camera tails, I didn't like how the camera guy was zooming, or I didn't like the color grading on your video, among other things. But they will tell you that they didn't like the audio. They'll be very honest. And even in your live stream comments, you will always see people saying there is no audio, boost your audio, I can't hear the BGVs. If it's a music concert, they'll tell you I can't hear the BGVs, I can't maybe hear the lead mic, I can't hear certain instrument. They'll be honest. When it comes to audio, people are more honest than what they see. Because to them it is much better for them to see a poorly done video but with good audio than a properly done video with poor audio. One of the things I've come to learn about Livestream is that last minute preparation and Livestream are two things that don't go together. So the antidote for this is to do a prior preparation, do an early preparation, do an early setup. Why? Because proper or early preparation prevents poor performance. Check your bundles early, check your setups early, check if your OBS or the software you're using is passing audio, check your microphones, check your cameras if they're okay. Why? So that if there's an issue, you are able to troubleshoot. Whether it's a cable issue, you can troubleshoot. Whether it's a computer issue, you can change computers. For whatever it is, try and prepare early. My recommendation is that you be ready for your live stream at least 1 hour before. That means that you need to come to the venue at least 2 hours before the event starts. Why? As I've said, so that you do not end up finding yourself having troubles that you cannot solve. It is usually a very difficult task to solve issues when a live stream is already on. So do your preparations early, get your gadgets early, get everything together, do your setups early so that you are able to have a smooth run. You are able to have a smooth run of your production. Have you ever been in the middle of a live stream and all of a sudden you realize the audio is gone? You try everything you try check your cameras, you try check your audio, you realize that everything but the computer is working properly. This is usually caused by routine updates that computer manufacturers or operating system manufacturers or software manufacturers send. Unfortunately, they never give us the warning that they are sending the updates. And when the computer senses that there's an update, sometimes they do malfunction. So the antidote to this is to have a regular, consistent check for your updates so that you do not have an interruption in your system. Check for operating system updates. Check for third-party software updates. Whether you're using Mac or Windows, I've realized that both of these have the same issue with updates. Whenever there's an update pending, your computer will malfunction. I think it's their way, it's an inbuilt way of the computer telling you that I need an update. So be keen to check updates regularly. Sometimes you find that the last time you used your computer, your third party could access your streaming audio. But now, when you come to the event, you realize that your third party software, maybe it's OBS, cannot access audio. I've come to realize that this is an issue with software permission or applications permission, as Microsoft might call it sometimes. What I do, sometimes when you go to the settings, you realize not the third-party settings, but settings that are inbuilt, settings that are on the operating system, you realize that the permission is activated, but there is no audio. What I do is that I deactivate, then reactivate. Sometimes you may even be needed to restart the computer so that this relation can be re-established. It is impossible to do live stream without internet. So it is mandatory for you to have a continuous, consistent, and strong flow of internet, especially when you're using bundles, when you're using maybe some of these modems that you use a SIM card to access internet. Why am I saying this? Because sometimes you've changed the quality of your live stream. That means that you will need to have extra bundles and more internet supply so that you are able to have a smooth and uninterrupted flow of your live stream. So it is important for you to have a way of monitoring how your bundles are being used. Bundle usage can be monitored from an online account that you can create with your service provider so that you are able to monitor how consistent and continuous is your bundles being supplied, so that when your bundles run out, you are able to add more without having to interrupt your live stream. The other thing I've learned about live stream is that making too many changes at once can be detrimental to your live stream. It is important that when you want to make changes, my advice would be for you to make them one step at a time. Slowly by slowly build your live stream. Grow your live stream slowly by slowly. Especially if you're not a seasoned pro when it comes to live stream. If you're a seasoned pro, maybe you can take a risk here and there. But if you're a beginner or an intermediate guy, it is important for you to try and grow your live stream one step at a time. Even if it is a new software you want to include, or it is a new gadget, a new hardware, a new encoder, you can always do that. But if you have to do so many changes, it is important to do them way before your live stream, maybe a day before, so that you have enough time to do any settings or any troubleshooting that you do. Because anytime you make a change, sometimes even in your settings, in your computer settings, you might need to change a few things here and there, which sometimes can be overlooked because of the pressure that comes with the changes you've made. This also gives you time to learn the changes, to adapt to the changes, so that your live stream is not affected in any way. I've heard some people say that skill is more important than equipment. While that may work for them, it hasn't really worked for me. I'm a strong believer of your skills and your equipment being at the same path. As a matter of fact, I'd rather have better equipment that are far much better than my skills, so that I can always grow with the equipment. When it comes to live stream, equipment is as important as your production. If you have the wrong equipment, if you have the wrong gadgets, you'll most definitely have a bad live stream. If you have the wrong cameras, if you have the wrong cables, if you have the wrong encoders, if you have the wrong software, if you have the wrong computers, you will find that your output is also wrong. So it is important for you to invest in the right equipment. Do a research, know what you want to achieve, so that you get equipment that goes hand in hand with what you want to achieve. Above all, it is important to cultivate culture of prayer. As a media practitioner, media officer, technician, an engineer, live stream guy, it is important for you to cultivate that habit of prayer. Take a few minutes before the event and just pray. Spend some time in prayer. Why? Because as the scripture reminds us that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but are mighty in pulling down the strongholds. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I hope to see you in the next video. As for me, it's a Nerd Life.